Arabian Adventure definitely didn't sound like my kind of film. And to be honest, if I didn't have a reason to watch it, I wouldn't have watched it. Am I glad I had a reason? I didn't dislike it. I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I wasn't bored either. It was an okay experience. I watched it because of John Ratzenberger was in it. We also have a cast including Christopher Lee and Milo O'Shea, Peter Cushing, Mickey Rooney. Solid cast. It was released in 1979, directed by Kevin O'Connor with a screenplay by Brian Hales. And I'll read the description from IMDb because this is what I had going into it, and I thought, I'm not going to enjoy this. But as I said, it wasn't bad. The description on IMDb is: an evil magician seeks to gain power by obtaining a magic rose. A peasant boy and a prince join forces to stop him. It's not my kind of story, and even though it's not a bad film, I still didn't love the narrative. I didn't really care for it. I didn't find it to be that engaging. But everything else about it was pretty decent, so I still relatively enjoyed the experience. The performances are very good. I'm not necessarily saying that this is the cast I would have expected for a film called Arabian Adventure, but this was the 70s. It is a product of its time. But nevertheless, the performances were still very good. The characters were reasonably well written. The costumes looked quite good. I don't know if they're accurate, but they looked good. The atmosphere felt good. We had some decent special effects. My favourite is when something happens to a rock face or a cliff face. I won't say exactly what happens, but it looked pretty good. So visually, it's not too bad. Yes, it does still feel like a product of the 70s. Maybe a little bit better than I would have expected for the 70s. But the point there is that it would look different if it were done today. But for its time, I thought it looked pretty decent. The performances are good. The pacing of the narrative is good. Still doesn't appeal to my personal tastes, but in terms of the story, I can't really fault it. I think it's a nice fantasy adventure story. I think it's something that will appeal to people of all ages. It's got a universal rating on IMDb, at least as for the United Kingdom. So it's a family-friendly film, and I would say it is a family film as well. It's not one of those films that's really for children. It does feel like a family film that anybody of any age can enjoy. So as I said, I went into it watching it for John Ratzenberger, but I wasn't expecting to really enjoy anything about it. It just didn't appeal to me. I definitely wouldn't have given it the time of day were it not for Ratzenberger. And as I said, having now watched it, I still don't think the story itself appeals to me, but it is otherwise a well-written narrative. I do like a lot of the cast. Visually, it's quite good fun. And in general, I enjoyed the experience more than I expected to. So in general, it's not a bad film. If it sounds like something that might appeal to you, then I'd say check it out. I can't imagine I'd watch it a second time, but as a one-time watch, Arabian Adventure was a pretty decent experience. And either if it sounds like your kind of film, or if, like me, there's somebody in the cast you're interested in, give it a go. You might have some fun with it. Ultimately, it wasn't a bad experience, and it's certainly not a bad film.